Howdy y'all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Railway Empire 2. In the previous episode, we completed the first mission of the campaign and built up the Boston Albany to be a big powerhouse in the Northeast, as well as getting up to the highest rank in the game, Chief Executive. And in this episode, we're going to get started on the next mission of the campaign, as we get to do game, campaign, and head to Chapter 2, England and Wales, 1845, with the title of Railway Mania. Railway Mania has left Great Britain a jumble of microlines, but in London a new corporation has risen from the masses. Take over the London Northwestern Railway and clean up the patchwork. Under the leadership of Captain Mark Huish, become the largest public company in the United Kingdom. So, with us starting in 1845, we're going to get some new engines. We got 13 cities that we can connect to, 30 businesses we can serve, and let's get into it. For our character, we're going with Idris K. Bailey, and he himself, from the first episode, has these unique perks of 10% less maintenance on our engines, 20% lower cost for our tracks, bridges, and tunnels, but his express bonus is 5% instead of 10. And with him being strikingly similar to Isdom Kingdom Brunel, which was the Great Western Railway's chief engineer, I think we're going to pretty much be alright with this. So, we're going to have automatic signals, there's no city founding, regional concessions are on. We are starting off with a loan of 2 million, have 3 competitors, and everything else in between. So with that being said, let's get into it.
I had invited the operators of the most important rail networks to this evening to solicit support for my Nord Express. An important ally was to be the engineer I had invited. People like him had already helped to bundle the enormous potential of dozens of micro companies. The British gave their own railroad bubble of the 1840s a very appropriate name: Railway Mania. Passengers complained about the absurdity of having to change trains and buy a new ticket in almost every city. Transporting goods over long distances was also possible, only at enormous cost. The time was ripe for a real corporation.
What do you think you're doing? Sit up straight. My name is Captain Huish, and that is how you will address me. In case you haven't been briefed yet, I am the new General Manager of the London Northwestern Railway Company, the first of my kind, and your superior. I have the dubious pleasure of organizing the merger of 3 independent railway companies. Your task is to be of assistance. I've prepared a list of tasks for you. I am a busy man and will check on you later. Any questions? Good. Then you may sit comfortably.
Well, with that being said, welcome to England in the 1840s. As you can see, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of privately owned railways across this entire map. Some of these we can't even buy, but we also have 3 competing railways as well. Barney Shiloh has returned, and he's running the Midland Railway, along with Helena Garrod handling the Great Northern, and our last character, Walter Pachunk, running the Great Western. Now, there's something also unique about this game that's a bit different from the original. At Birmingham, you can see there's actually 3 stations. So, unlike the original Railway Empire where you could only have like 2 stations at one time in a city, now you actually could have 3, meaning 3 railway companies could actually compete in the same city. Though, our task list from our Mr. Huish wants us to transport at least 60 passengers to Liverpool from London and have 3 rural businesses connected to our network. But Huish is a little bit more stricter than our previous employer. But it won't be a problem. We'll start rebuilding the line as I see fit, so we can start really building up company property and value. But I also want to actually have a look at some of our engines that we have available. While we still have a couple of new engines, we got ourselves the Rocket and the Adler, two new engines that are specific to the European region, but we also got the Derwent, the Firefly from the previous scenario, but also the G&M American, the new Limmat, the Jenny Lid, and the Iron Duke. All of these engines primarily being based in European maps. Though we also have the Rhine and the Le Continent, which is known as a Crampton. So we got a whole bunch of engines that we can use. Though the rocket itself may not be used very often. Though, considering that the station of Manchester is close to Liverpool, I think I might run a small suburban service on that, or a small mixed service on that line. As for color schemes, the boilers will be brown, the frames will be red, and the wheels will be black. For freight engines. For the Derwent, this engine will just have a brown boiler and black. The Firefly will have the same treatment as well from the previous scenario. The GM American will just be used for contract work. The Limmat will be given this livery and be used for, I think, for serving the local industries. The Jenny Lid will be used in goods service, or, well, technically freight service. The British call freight trains goods trains. And the Iron Duke will be used solely for express passenger service. Though eventually it will be reassigned to handling local passenger trains with the arrival of the Le Continent. So let's see. I think the Firefly will handle regular passenger trains for now. Then the Iron Duke will handle express. This will handle freight until the Rhine is available. And the Limmat will practically take care of serving the local businesses. But the Derwent will be used on heavier freight traffic, such as carrying logs and minerals. Let's buy the standardized components so we can get our engines a little bit cheaper, and let's get building. First, I want to start off in the city of London, and then build our tracks upwards. We'll have to cross over what I believe is the Thames. Let's see, 0%. Let me see if I can find a unique area on where I could place the station. Oh, I forgot to mention that I found out when I was playing the game on my off time. If you press the P key on the keyboard, it actually changes to the next song in the soundtrack. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let's see. We'll build a station in this area here. Extend the track out 3%, 1%. That will do. I mean, the engines are a little bit more powerful than the ones we had in the previous scenario, but I still want to make sure that the grades are not too severe for them to climb. So, the maximum for them in this scenario will be 4%. We'll place down the gridiron at a servicing facility, and then we'll start extending the tracks towards Birmingham, as well as up towards, well, you know, the cities of Liverpool and Manchester. Let's see. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Something tells me that that was not going to work out. Let's try it this way. 4%, 2%. Okay. Let's just try it like this. See, 1%, 3%, 4%. I want to have a bridge that's straight. I don't want to have a bridge that just, well, let's see, 4, 3, 2, 0%. Give me, yep, That'll work. Okay, so it's a 3% grade to climb, but it's fine. Let's place this down here, place this here, and then just set up the tracks in the correct directions. Now, let's see. We'll connect to this grain farm, which is one of 3 industries we should at least connect to. And then connect to Birmingham. Let's see. 0%, that is good. I always try to strive for 0% if I'm building track, because with no grade, trains can increase their speed and they won't wear down as quick. Let's see. We'll buy that, and then extend the track up towards Birmingham in this direction. We'll extend the track out a bit from Birmingham to allow the stations to be well served properly. Let's see. Oxford also could use a station, and not to mention the town actually has a textile factory that we can supply, because London itself needs textiles to produce clothing items. 3% max. Okay. It's a bit of an awkward space because our rival railway company is in the region, but we might as well just make do what we have. Let's see. We'll add that, add this, and then we'll just extend the track a little bit of ways, but also run right next to the line heading towards southwest England. %, and then we'll connect to Oxford here. And this line will be for trains heading to southwest England. Now all we need left to do is connect the text. We just need to do is connect this farm to the main network. McCarthy Station, and then we'll just build over the main here. Place that there, and that should take care of that industry. Next, I need to connect Banks Stop, which is this grain farm. And then we'll be able to transport grain into the cities of Birmingham and London. With London being very important because there's a brewery in town, and grain is needed to produce beer. We'll place gridirons here, and we'll build up another one so we can start delivering grain to Oxford. Now, let's see. We'll extend the track this way, out of town, and this will be used for trains heading towards the cities up in this area. Well, just the city in that area. Add that, set the directions for these lines, place down a gridiron, and then just add a servicing facility into there. Okay, let's see. What I need to do next is simply this. Connect the line from here all the way up towards Birmingham, which will be right here. And now, with this line connected, meat can be brought down to Oxford. At the same time, beer from London can be brought down to Oxford, which will really help the city's growth. because the vast majority of cities will require at least loads of meat, beer, and textiles to grow. Tribe tracks cannot be purchased this time, I know that, but the city, of course, is showcasing some of the products that we'll need to bring in. Let's see. Let's place down a station in Manchester in this one here. 0%, 3%, 2%, -2, which is going downhill, 0%, and 1%. We'll buy that and connect to... Oh, okay, wrong side. No matter. I can easily demolish that and then do it like this. Connect. Do that. And let's see. This will be used for connecting to the city of Birmingham from Manchester. We'll connect to Liverpool and let me see. Could we supply Manchester with grain? But we could also supply Manchester with fruit from this farm to make liquor. But I didn't mean to start skipping to the next song. Sometimes when I try to press one of the keys to spin the stations around, it just spins. I accidentally pressed the button to skip to the next track. We'll just make Liverpool just a branch line station. And the products that are being brought in to Manchester will be picked up by the local. We'll add that, and let's see. 3%, 2%, that's what I want to see. Hold on. Let me see. Let's demolish some of these tracks. Add some of these lines here. Oh, I want to mention that since we're now in Europe, we're going to be hearing some more European-style songs instead of the ones down in the US. It's a bit of a nice touch. Anyway. We'll set the track directions for the lines going this way. And then, let's see. We'll just need to start... Hold on. I think I might need to start extending the tracks this way. 1%, that's good. -1, 0, 0%, that is good. 0%. 38 miles an hour, no. Much better. Let's see. Oh, I need some more cash. I'll take out a bond and use this money to build the rest of the line and then connect the sugar farm to the main. Which, once we do, we'll finally be able to get one of those tasks done. Let's see. 2%.
A step in the right direction.
Too close to existing track. Let's see if we can, like, demolish that and fix that with something else. That'll work. Add this, and then we'll extend the line to this so sugar can be brought to the city of Birmingham. Let's see. 5%, not what I want, but better than nothing. And we'll use this to extend the line to allow trains of sugar to head down towards London. Okay, let's see. Next one is to deliver some grain to Oxford, but we'll have to cross over 2 sets of tracks. One for the grain for one of the grain stations, and the other crossing over the main line. Curve is too tight. Curve is too tight. Let's see. As soon as I get a good curve in, I think I might need to replace the station somewhere else. Alright, that should fix the problem. And then just simply connect this station and... Come on, give me a good curve. Oh, blocked by building. That's a bit of an issue with that. Even if the train... It's not even colliding with the building, it's just saying that the curb is just too tight coming out of the station. Well, let's see. I think that should take care of it for now, because I need to run some trains to earn some cash. Oh, I haven't even set up a gridiron here at Birmingham, or a repair facility. Let's see. Right. Let's get a train of... Oop, wrong station. Hang on. There we go. We'll purchase the limmat to handle that load of grain to Birmingham, and then we'll buy another engine to pick up a load of sugar. I forgot to place down a gridiron here to run trains down to Douglas. Wait, why is it? I don't get it. Oh. Oh, it's because there's no gridiron at the sugar farm, of course. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, we'll buy the limmat to handle the loads of sugar. But we'll also want to connect to this cattle ranch so we can start transporting livestock into Birmingham because it will give us a connection bonus. But it will also give us extra money. I'm gonna pause to allow us to build the line without going crazy financially overboard. Now, I could take out another bond, but I'm waiting until I get the vast majority of our rural businesses taken care of. Let's see. Oh, I haven't even placed down a gridiron in this area. What was I thinking? We'll purchase the limmat. I am adding an E to the end of this. It's limmat. Now I think it's a good opportunity to take on another bond. Got some press coverage of our railway, which is good. We'll purchase that engine. Let's see. We only have one train carrying sugar to Manchester, so we'll set up another train to carry sugar to Birmingham, another down to Oxford. Actually, we might as well just build a line to connect Oxford to Birmingham. Pick up the sugar and take it down to Oxford. Purchase another engine to take care of the deliveries of that. Bring grain down to London. Let's see. Birmingham. You're gonna go up to Manchester. New connection bonus. That is good. You're gonna go down to Oxford. And let's see. Passengers to Liverpool. Well, even though Liverpool is supposed to be a branch line station, I might as well also just connect to it anyways. So it at least has some... Oh. Sometimes I just wonder what is with the track algorithms in this game. Let's see. Just need to build up a bit more revenue. And then set the directions on this line, and we're now starting to make some bank. Though I want to start operating express trains to Liverpool. Let's see. I want to use the rocket for the branch line service from Liverpool to Manchester for passenger, and the Adler for freight. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might actually just put the Firefly in service for that particular role. Actually, no. The GM American will be used for that type of service. Now, I just need a little bit more money to build up some servicing facilities for my engines, but I could pretty much start doing that in the next episode. So, if you had enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play of Railway Empire 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. So until then, so long, partner.